tasters, welcome to another episode of Tastiness, where I review Weight Watcher friendly recipes. I give them a taste and let you know if you should make them or not. And today, tasters, I'm too excited. I was looking through the Weight Watcher app and I came across this muffin recipe. That's right, another muffin recipe. And this time, tasters, it has some spinach and some broccoli in it. It's like a little veggie muffin. In fact, it is a cheddar muffin with broccoli and spinach. So I said, you know what? I think my tasters will like that, and I might like it too. So let's give it a try. One of the things that I did to kind of lighten up the recipe calls for 4 tablespoons of canola oil. But the first tablespoon of canola oil is going to be to saute my vegetables, which is the green onion and garlic. So instead of using 4 tablespoons, I'm going to saute my vegetables in this cooking spray. So I'm going to saute 4 scallions and 1 clove, medium clove of garlic in cooking spray. That's the first step. Next, a cup of broccoli that's chopped up. That's the next ingredient in our muffins. 3/4 cup of chopped spinach. Those are the veggies for the cheddar, broccoli, and spinach muffins. Let me tell you about the milk that I'm using. I am using unsweetened almond milk. The recipe calls for low-fat milk. I'm using unsweetened almond milk. I was able to save a few points by using that as well. I have 2 eggs that I've already beat up. I'm going to be using a 1/2 teaspoon of dill, a tablespoon of baking powder, a tablespoon of sugar. Let me tell you about my cheese and how this is lightening up my recipe as well. I am using fat-free cheese. You know I like to use fat-free cheese. And I washed it off just like I've done in previous recipes because I heard from Felicia Fitness Health that helps the dish to melt better. If you wash the cheese off, it helps the cheese to melt better in the dish. And lastly but not least, 2 cups of flour. So as I mentioned, the first thing that I'm going to do is saute 4 stalks of green onion and 1 medium clove of garlic in my cooking spray. I've already preheated my oven to 375. Next, I'm going to add my spinach and my broccoli to the 4 stalks of green onion and my garlic. It says to turn the heat off on your skillet before adding the other 2 vegetables. Now that I have my vegetable mixture here with the spinach, the garlic, the broccoli, and the 4 stalks of green onion, I have that right here to the side. It's cooling, and I'm going to mix the other ingredients, and then I'll fold back in the vegetables with the cheese. So next it says to use 3 tablespoons of the canola oil. Now, as I mentioned, I'm going to be using the 3 tablespoons of oil here, and I omitted 1 tablespoon of oil. That helped me to save some points in the end. By the way, tasters, these muffins with my modifications to the milk and the oil are going to be just 3 points of muffin, tasters. A veggie muffin with cheese, fat-free cheddar cheese, broccoli, spinach. You can't beat that. 3 points, and it has flour in it. You can't beat that. Now, the recipe in the WW app is 5 points, but with these modifications, I was able to get it down to 3 points. So I'm gonna beat the egg, the milk, and the 3 tablespoons of canola oil. Next, I'm gonna fold in the dill, the baking powder, the tablespoon of sugar to my 2 cups of flour. Now I'm ready to pour my egg, milk, and oil mixture in. It said to fold it in. You don't want to mix it in completely because you kind of want it still lumpy, I'm assuming, so that it adds to the texture of the muffin. And lastly, it says to fold in your vegetables and cheese. Look at this, tasters. Look at this, tasters! Doesn't it look like the making of a delicious veggie muffin? I think so too. Let's put it in our muffin tin. It says to make 15. I only have a 12 cavity muffin tin, so I'm going to try to divide it out equally and then save the rest and cook those once the first batch cools. So let's put them in our muffin tin, tasters. Of course, I'm going to spray my muffin tin to keep them from sticking. And I think I'm going to start off by putting 1/4 a cup of the mixture in each cap. They're ready, tasters. Looks like I've learned a few things. That 1/4 a cup, that was just about right. I have about 3 more 1/4 cups to put in these 3 of these cavities once these are done. It says to cook them on 375, which I've already preheated my oven for 30 to 35 minutes. While those are cooking, tasters, you know I gotta give you a tasty tip. And this tip is coming by way of my WW meeting that I had on yesterday. It's a virtual meeting, and I attend Coach Audrey virtual meeting out of the Smyrna, Georgia location. And oftentimes I hear things in meetings that remind me, you know what, Vanessa, that's what you do. That puts a name to some of the strategies that you've done over the years to help you maintain your weight loss. And one of the ones that she mentioned yesterday is applying the ABC strategy when you go out to eat. Either or, not all of the above. And that A is for appetizer, B for bread, C for cocktail, which I don't necessarily drink, but sometimes I may indulge, D for dessert, and E for entree. Now you can't have all of them, tasters, and maintain weight loss. Or meet your fitness goals. So something that she mentioned yesterday is choosing from them. Choose 1 or 2. But realize when you're going out to eat, you can't have all of them, A, B, C, D, and E. So that was a reminder to me. That's something that I always do. Very rarely, if I'm going out for dessert, that's probably all I'm going to have. I may have an appetizer, light appetizer, or something of that nature if I'm going to be eating dessert. So that's something that I've always done, and Coach Audrey put a name to it, and I said, you know what, let me share that with my tasters as a tasty tip this week. That's something that I do when I'm going out to eat that has helped me maintain my weight loss. Not all of the above, but either or, the ABCs of eating out. Looks like our muffins are ready, tasters. Cheddar, broccoli, spinach muffins. I'm gonna let them cool for a minute and then we'll give them a taste. Looks delicious, tasters. Let's give it a taste. 3-point cheddar, broccoli, spinach muffins. WW did that, tasters. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Tastiness score 5 out of 5. Delicious, 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 tasters. Go and make it today. Have an amazing week, tasters.